Hello.
Hi, flosstube.
Welcome.
Pixie Dust Stitchers.
Yeah, Wendy.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Again. We are another week late than we used to be, just because we are thinking of moving it to a little bit longer time period instead of just the 2 weeks. So that's why it ended up being this way.
Yeah.
So.
We don't know what the scheduling's going to be. We're going to talk about it, but for me, I love the 2 weeks because I love being able to have a video for you guys. But for me, it's just been hard just to make sure that we have stuff to talk about, because I want to talk about stitching and I want to have stitching to show. And 2 weeks has just been kind of a little too short of a time crunch for me. So we don't know if it's going to be 3 weeks or what, but just wanted you guys to know.
On it. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where it stands right now. So where do we want to go from here?
I don't know.
Okay.
The only thing that I have going right now other than stitching is Le Tour de France. And I am not doing the stitching thing like some of the people like Bendy. I know that they're doing whatever the kilometers are each day. They're stitching that amount, or in Bendy's case, she's doing more. But I have been stitching to Le Tour, but I am pretty much have just been watching. But I am, as we've talked before, I'm a sports person, so Tour de France is a big deal, and I'm mildly obsessed with it. So that's been fun.
Yeah. I like riding my bike, but I'm not going to watch anybody ride my bike. It's kind of like golf. Some people really love watching the golf, and some people like playing it. I don't really do either one, unless it's mini golf.
Mini golf is fun.
Mini golf, that's about it.
Down in Eugene, we have a fantastic mini golf place down there. Yeah. Super fun.
Alrighty.
Well, I have a couple shout outs.
Yeah.
I have, well, I don't know if there's anybody that you want to say, but I have, Kelly, and I'm sorry, is it Maluski? Anyway, I made a kind of a stitchy friend on Facebook. She's also one of our subscribers, and we were talking, and it was so cute because she asked me about my lip color. She's like, what lip color are you wearing? Can I ask? And I was like, gosh, I'm not sure. And so then I told her where it was. But it was funny because we were talking about who we love, and we both love Plum Street and Paulette. And so I have this written down because you've heard people say this when they talk about singing or their voices. But this is what she said. And she said I could quote her. Paulette could chart the phone book, and I'd stitch it. And I'm like, can I quote you on that? Because I love that. Yeah. So that's how much some of us just love Paulette and what a genius she is. So, Paulette, you could stitch the phone book, and we'd stitch it. And then my other shout out is to my friend Jennifer, Bluegrass Stitchers. I love you so much. And if you guys don't know, flosstube watchers, she has a new flosstube, and she goes by Jennifer Bluegrass Stitchers, and she has 2 videos. The first one's like 6 minutes, second one's I think a little under a half hour. She lives in Kentucky. She's awesome. I just adore her, and we have had the most fun conversations through Instagram and through texting, and I'm really glad to know her, and so go check her out because she's super awesome. So yeah.
We've had quite a few people that have shouted us out, so we've commented on them and said thank you so much. It's very appreciated and very nice, and it helps kind of spread the word that we're out there. You know, as everybody knows, there's tons of floss tubes.
So many.
And so it's kind of hearing that somebody else likes or watched, and then they know that maybe that's something that they would like.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that. That's good stuff. We do have Stitchapalooza coming up. I know that probably on our next video we'll talk about it, I guess, because I'm assuming we'll be doing a video probably before that, but on August 10th, Acorns and Threads is doing Stitchapalooza. And Wendy doesn't usually go to retreats, but this is a one-day.
It's just a one-day thing.
It's a one-day, she's coming. But it's a long one-day. It goes from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. And you don't have to be there all day, but it's going to be really cool. I'm planning on being there as long as I can. Yeah, it's going to be fun. But we can leave, we can go have lunch with friends. And
yeah, I'm planning on leaving to eat.
I've already talked to a couple people, and we're like, yeah, let's go have lunch, and let's go have dinner, and let's go do stuff, but then come back and stitch. I think it'd be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this or not, but I was actually asked to make some scissor fobs for it. So that'll be fun. So see, fingers crossed that people like them. Maybe want to buy them. That's kind of fun.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything, I mean, I've got a bunch of stuff, but.
No, not really. Just been busy at home for the most part, doing the same old stuff.
Yeah.
So, nothing new.
My world is pretty much stitchy. I did a little tiny sheep exchange with my friend Chris. Hi, Chris. She had seen a little sheep that I did for the card exchange. And she's like, I love that sheep. Will you stitch it for me and I'll send you something? So I stitched the sheep for her and sent it to her, and then I'm waiting to get hers. But she said she hasn't opened mine yet because she's waiting until I get mine. So I'm really excited to see what she's going to surprise me with. Another thing that's really fun, JK Stitch and Cluck. If you guys don't know, it is Joan and Kelly. Joan and Kelly, they have a Facebook page, and it's called the JK Stitch and Cluck. And they are doing a fair square. I don't know if anybody, I guess it's been around. Basically, the gist of it is you have like a 6x6 piece of linen or even weave, and in this case everyone has to use 32 count, and you have two pieces, 6x6, and typically you pick a project that's around 50x50 and you stitch the design on one, and then on the other piece, identical piece, you stitch like your name, where you are, what year, and then you mail the unfinished pieces off to your exchange partner, which this is so up my alley because y'all know Stephanie doesn't finish.
Yep.
So I'm like, this is awesome. I can stitch something, but I don't have to finish it into anything. Yeah. And so I already got my partner, Carrie. Hi, Carrie Ann. And she lives in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked her, I'm like, does the air smell like chocolate? Is it divine? And so we finally just got paired up, and we decided, I think we've both kind of picked what we're doing for each other. And some people, you only do just the actual, what you're doing, your squares. And some people decide to do more. And we decided that we want to do more. So I don't know what that will be, but we will surprise each other with some kind of care package. And then, yeah, so that's going to be really fun. So I'm excited for that. Plus, 50x50-ish isn't too big, so it's not too much of a challenge for me to add into the other stuff that I'm trying to stay on top of. But it'll be, I think it'll be fun. And again, I don't have to finish anything. I love that. That's awesome.
Just stitch it and send it.
Just stitch it and send it. I love it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're working on?
I've got whips, but kind of the normal stuff at home. So you want to get into the whips kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. As I had done before, I like Satsuma Street, and if you don't know, she does have a YouTube now, but it's usually like the videos are like 8 minutes long, so they're really short. And she's kind of, the last one she talked about how she chooses colors to pick her stuff. So I've done several of her things, and then one of them was the Halloween little ornament thing, and I had completely finished it, done it all. And so then I had gotten another one, which was the owl, and I have gotten quite a bit done. Cute. The moon, starting to come up, and it'll arch all the way up, and it's actually got two different colors. There's lines, you can see that. So there'll be, I think it's white, so this is kind of a yellow, and then there'll be white as well. And in this series there's 4. In her video before this last one, she showed that she has 4 more.
Part of the same series?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
I haven't seen it in Janine's store yet. I'm not sure. I know they were selling them on a website, but I don't know how many of the stores have gotten them yet. So I'll show you those in a little bit. So my other whips are, there's the Mr. and Mrs. Delicious. I had shown you that I had bought this, I don't know how many months ago.
Yeah, it was one of our first videos.
Yeah, one of the first videos, and I had 2 different,
the containers. I was thinking about that.
Plates, that thing. So I was like, vote which one you wanted to use.
Yeah.
So,
I remember that.
In order to have them ready, not that I'm going to take this long to do it, but I thought I'd have them ready now for Thanksgiving time. I started stitching it. So I got one of them done.
Cute.
There's Mrs. Delicious. I'm going to stick something kind of behind it so she shows up a little better. This is Delicious. And she is adorable. This one was done on a 28 count dirty cashmere linen. So it's not a super, the weave's a little bigger. I think it called for 32, but I really wanted to start it, and I just went up into my stash and looked to see what I had, and I had 2 pieces. They were a little bit longer than this, but I had 2 identical size pieces. I'm like, well, it'll be a little bigger than what the measurement says, but not by a ton. And okay, well, I'll go ahead and do that. And I got this done, and then I went and set it in the pan, the plate that I was going to use, and realized she alone takes up 3/4.
Oh no.
It's not going to work to put both Mr. and Mrs. Delicious in there, so I had to think about what I was going to do. Am I going to continue on with Mr. Delicious in the same fabric, or am I going to switch up and get different fabric, because I don't think I had anything small enough, or kind of how I wanted to do it. So I came into the store, and I found a couple, and it calls for, oh goodness, I can't remember the fabric now. Oh, feldspar. That is what it calls for, the color, which is kind of like a bluish gray with some brown in it. So it's much, much different. Okay. So I came in, and I did find feldspar the next time I came in. But I wasn't sure if I was going to like it because it's so different. But then I also found this, and it's much more fall-like.
That's true. Yeah.
So I wasn't sure which one I would want to use. Now, the gingham one is still 28 count.
Oh.
But because I'm going to have to make it considerably smaller, I went ahead and got it anyway, and I did decide to start it on this to see how I would like it before the feldspar, because when I was getting that, they're like, oh, well, even if you don't use it, you can use it for something else, like maybe a beachy kind of thing. I'm like, that would be perfect for beach. So I wanted to see if it was going to work on the gingham first. So I started Mr. Delicious, because I wanted something a little bit different, and I am doing it over 1. So.
Oh, you are doing it over 1.
Over 1.
Oh.
So even though it's the same count, it's over 1.
Nice.
I really, really like it.
That's very cute.
The yellow is really hard to show up. So in the crow's beak and his feet, it's a little bit brighter yellow. But there's actually, next to the pumpkin and kind of a couple of spots here, some like grass or something. It called for a yellow that was super similar to this light color. I mean, it just blended in, and even now you can hardly tell, and I changed the color. So you can see it very faintly, even though I changed the color to a different one. But it's going to be as close as it can get without being like obnoxiously bright, I think. And I'm fine with that, because I'm the one who's going to look at it. So
That looks nice.
I'm okay with it being just a hint of a color there, if you really looked at it.
I really like it on that. That's very cool.
Yeah, and I really like the fabric a lot.
Yeah, it's really great. I like it. And doing the one over. Is it? Are you having? Is it? Have you ever done over 1 like a project like that?
My Heaven and Earth.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so
I think it's around. I think most people have about a 25 count when they do Heaven and Earth.
Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah, those shades are usually 1 over 1.
It's, yeah, I have a magnifier that I use for just about anything because my eyes just can't handle it anymore. And so I can usually do just about anything with it. It's fine as long as I have the magnifier and the light, which there's already a light on it.
Nice.
My other whip that I have mentioned that I shown before, trying to get some thread out of the way, is my Esther's Wave. So I think the last time I showed you, I had finished this little band, and then I started on the next bigger one. I'm going to show you up close what that band looks like. The previous 2-3 rows were not a problem. One row was completely cross-stitched. It was just a pattern that repeated. The others did have some specialty stitches in them, but they weren't a problem. I think it's because they weren't that far apart. You know, like when you had to pull the threads, it wasn't a big gap, whereas this one is a much farther stretch. And keeping track of all of the little holes and where you need to come up and getting them just right is driving me crazy. I've had other rows that were like that, but it's been a while, so I've kind of forgotten the frustration level you can get to with it. So
It's very cool.
So it's getting there. As I mentioned before, I'm working on this row, and then there'll be one other row, and then it'll be done. So
Are you looking forward to that?
so close.
Are you going to have that one framed?
Yeah,
Are you going to do it
will
yourself? Or
probably, because it's not. I mean, it's long, but it's not that bad. It's not like, and I've kind of gotten enough practice at mounting things and everything that I think I'll be fine.
Will you
with
put it under glass? Or
No,
because
the beads.
Yeah.
The beads would be in the way unless I put it.
We would
like
have to have
with
like
mats.
huge, yeah.
If I had a couple of mats.
Do you think you would miss out by it being glassed, like miss out on the shine of the beads?
I don't know, because you can always, even if you don't have glass with the beads, you're still going to have to kind of do this to see them a little bit and kind of just move around so you can see all the beads and the sparkle on them. So in the glass, you'd do the same thing. So I don't know that it would. And most things I don't put under glass anyway. I just prefer not to. So for one thing, it's really expensive.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so that's all my whips.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to go into your whips.
I don't have a whole lot. I have the same whips that I've been working on. I'm Scarlet House, I think, Coverlet Christmas. I love it, but I'm doing, is it Mary Mustard Seed by Scattered Seed Samplers. I was working on, I think, May of the Snowflower Diaries Joyful World. I started it. And then I also, I was doing Spring Magic by the Blue Flower. I love all of them. I don't want to do them. I just haven't wanted to do them, so I haven't gone back to them. So I've got them. They're still whips. They're all in the same place that you saw them last, which was a while ago. I have no desire right now to go back and do them. I just want to do all the things, and I'm not doing all the things because I can't handle it, but in my head I'm like, I want to do all the things, and I just for some reason don't want to go back to them. I will eventually, but I finally, so I've been talking about the peacock sal for a really long time. Finally have all the stuff. I had showed you the flosses that I picked. I picked silks. I ended up not liking them. I mean, they're beautiful, don't get me wrong, but they were on the dark side. They were that dark purple with a gray with a blue, and I had highlighted with some green and some blue also, and I just realized I just don't want to do that. I wanted something brighter, and so the last part that I needed to get was I changed out my flosses, and then I needed to get fabric. So, okay, I'll show this again. I haven't printed out the new one. This is still from June. This is what it is, and obviously it's a sal, but I'm not doing it as a sal. I'm just doing it. But July is right here, and I have it, but I haven't printed it out yet. But I'll show you okay, so Janine. I love Janine, and Janine picked this out for me. It's white, but I was like, well, I want to do something a little different and a little more fun. She brought over some different fabrics for me to choose from. This is not, I'm all about glitter and sparkle and all that stuff, but when it comes to stitching, I tend to like more primitive, more neutral colors, and, but this just seemed perfect, and it's an opal. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got that sparkle. So it's white, but it's got some sparkle in it, so.
It's white, but it's more of a cream.
Yeah.
So it's not like glaringly white. It's nice. Hold up your paper next to it.
Oh, okay.
And that way you can see the difference, hopefully,
that's
between
true,
the two colors.
Yeah, you can very much see.
So it's more of a cream, and even that's not showing quite as true, but it's much more of a cream with the sparkles
it is.
in it.
I mean, it says white, but it's, I agree.
It's not quite white.
So if you remember the other colors, this is what I ended up choosing. So, and it's going to be much more peacocky. And again, it's not really showing, but this has a kind of an aqua and a little purple and more of a teal. And then this doesn't actually look here as, it doesn't match as well, but I think it's going to go really well. And then I picked that purple out. The funny thing is there's this aqua color in here. Nothing matches it. Not a single silk in the entire store matches that color. But I think it's going to be really complimentary and really pretty. So that's what I ended up doing. I think it's going to be really, really pretty. So I haven't started it yet, but I'm going to be starting it. So very excited about that. And I don't have any whips, but I mean, I guess this is a whip, but it is so close to being a finish. I was sharing with Wendy that I stayed up so late last night. I wanted to get this done. I wanted to show you guys that I had a finish. I tried so hard, but I'll show you what it is. I'll take it out so it's not as glary. But the fun thing about this is I made a bunch of changes. I know, shocking, Stephanie made changes. But I'm super excited about it. Okay, so it's Teresa Kogut, Witchy Poo. And I mean, how cute is she? She's so cute. Ridiculous. Okay, so I was going to stitch her as is. I wasn't going to use the called for fabric because I think it's Confederate Gray by Weeks, and I struggle with Weeks. I think it's too loosey-goosey. I ended up finding, I wrote it down, Cedar Plank. Oh my gosh, by Lakeside Linens. I have a new obsession with a color. I love Cedar Plank. So here's what I'm going to show you. She doesn't look exactly like what her thing is. So I changed out her color. So you can see I have everything done except I just need fill in her skirt. But I left off her nose, which I know sounds weird. I left a space for her nose, but when I was looking at it, I was like, she is so cute without her nose. She looks like a little Cupid doll. And I even asked my husband, and I'm like, isn't she so cute? He's like, oh, her face is so cute. Don't do the nose. And I'm like, yeah. So look, I didn't do her nose. Isn't she sweet? And I changed up the hat. Instead of, it was going to be, it was supposed to be Pelican Gray. And I decided to go purple. And it's a subtle purple, but I actually did Classic Colorworks Zach Black. And it's just an awesome dark gray purpley kind of color. And the stars are supposed to be black, and I did them in Blue Beatrice. And some of the others are called fors, although there's a couple that are DMCs, and I decided to do Fancy Floss for them instead. But I think she is stinking cute. Oh, and I left the little hill off at the bottom of her feet. I decided not to do that. So yeah, I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think, but I love her. Like, love her. So I think she turned out awesome. So that's really fun. So I've got that. Yeah, so that's all whips and all that stuff that I've got going. I realized that in our last video I had mentioned that I have, and I was like, oh, I already said it, but yeah, I think it's becoming quite an obsession with Blackbird designs. I love them. And I love all the out of print stuff. Because why wouldn't I? Yeah. But I didn't find out about Blackbird designs until a couple of years ago because kids, that's what I did. I didn't know. So all the stuff that came out that was really, really popular, I didn't know about it. How would I know? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and then it's hilarious too because I've decided to jump on the Lizzie Kate train. Now that Lizzie Kate and they decided, but 1-2-3 Stitch I guess has like practically everything. So that's at least nice. But it's kind of funny that I wasn't into it, and now that they have stopped making more, I decided, oh, I kind of love Lizzie Kate. Gotta have them. Anyway, super weird and funny. Did you want to show your...
Sure. I've got a finish. It's not an FFO, but it's pretty close. So my bunnies are done.
Cute.
Obviously I mentioned that this is a little bit different than the call for fabric, but it was a sample that I had seen done, so it wasn't like I just picked this randomly. The words down at the bottom were in white. That's how they're charted. But because of the spots and the white doesn't show up super, super well, especially it's going to be that thin, I didn't want to make them white. So when I did this, I started over here, and every single letter was a different color within the fabric. So I didn't put the dark blue because I didn't really want it dark blue, but I tried all the browns and the light blue till I figured out which color showed up well enough that you could actually see the words.
Yeah.
So.
Are you okay with it?
Yeah, I really like it because it's, to me, this is sand down here.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me of being in the sand.
Makes sense.
So it works just fine. I do have all the stuff, I think, that I'm going to use to actually FFO it at home. I just didn't have time to do it yet.
It's very cute.
Been
I do
very-
love it on that polka dot fabric.
Very, very busy. Oh, cat hair. Lovely. So as mentioned, with the Satsuma Street, I got 2 of the 4 new patterns.
Oh, these are the new ones.
Yes.
Okay.
So the one I got was
Ooh,
Fatty.
Cute.
So he's upside down.
Very cute.
And I got the spider.
I mean, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Audrey won't
The
like
one
that.
nice thing is the black in here, I think it looks like it's not stitched.
Oh.
So you don't have to fill all that in.
Oh, that'd
The
be
lines are there, the colored line, but the actual stuff is not stitched. They also have, let me see if you can see it, there's a cat, looks kind of like a clown cat,
Oh,
and a poison bottle.
cute. Are you
So,
going to get those too?
I am not.
Okay, these are just the 2 you liked.
These are the 2 I really liked, and it's just the way I'm gonna. That'll make 4 altogether for me. I don't think I really need any more than that.
Very cute.
One other thing I end up getting is I just had this really big desire to stop at a thrift store. I don't know why, and so I went to. I think it was St. Vincent de Paul. I don't know if I went to like Goodwill or not that day. Part of it is because there's a pharmacy right next door, and I had to pick something up. So when I was in there, I saw this. This is what it looks like from the front. And I can't remember if I saw the front or if I saw the back first. This is what I saw.
Oh, wow.
I haven't even opened this yet. The only reason I got this was because of the fabric. So as you can see, it's like everything is in here.
Nice.
Like everything. But this fabric is so freaking awesome.
Oh, it's a great
it is
color, and it's huge.
I mean, it's
Wow.
huge. And it's a great color. It's kind of this grayish green, a very light colored grayish green.
really
It's
pretty.
pretty true to color there for the most part. But it was $2 bucks.
Awesome.
$2. So yeah,
It's amazing.
I
Score.
brought this home. Yeah, big huge score.
Well, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't even looked to see what kind of count it is. It looks like it could be 32 or 30. I think it's more 32. It seems.
Yeah, I would say it seems on the
Lower end of 30s.
yeah, like larger holes.
Yeah,
size,
it doesn't seem like it's quite so
like
tight.
maybe 30 or 32, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
It's awesome, and you love that count anyway.
Yeah, I'm fine
so
with
that's
it.
that,
I don't
that's
know
her
what I'm going to
jam.
use it for, but I couldn't pass up $2. No.
Wow.
That was all of my purchases. So
Nice. I don't even typically like to stitch on that low of a count, and I don't think I would have passed that up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
great color. It's a huge size. That's a really nice haul.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Super cool.
Every time I see somebody who has gotten something from the thrift store that's like that, I'm like, why can't I ever find anything
I
like
know.
that? The Goodwill never, ever, where I live, never has anything like this. But yeah, St. Vinny. I love
Awesome.
St.
I
Vinny.
love St. Vinny's too. We don't have one, and I love it. That's what I grew up with down in Eugene. I love it down there. So I showed all that stuff. I talked about things. Oh, the other thing. So I haven't even started them, but I have the weirdest obsession with Patriotic Stitches, which is really funny because 4th of July is already over. And on 4th of July, I was like, I want to stitch all of the patriotic stuff. And I have this other weird obsession because I love sheep. So I have all of these adorable patterns that are sheep and patriotic. They're so cute. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So cute. I don't even have them to show you, but they're so cute. One of them is a Teresa Kogut. I bought the PDF, and it is so cute. It's a lady riding a sheep, holding a flag.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. So, but I did want to talk, because I'm finally allowed to share. So we have our fabulous friend Marion the librarian. She's not really a librarian. Anyway, this is her card. I'm going to show it. She goes by Catty Cross Stitches, and it's home of the Snippety. I don't know if you can read that okay. I don't know if it's a little blurry.
A little bit, but
And then I'll show this. Her name is Marianne Gammenthaler. And so I don't know. It might be too blurry for you guys to see, so I'm going to read it. This is her email address. It's cattycrossstitches@gmail.com, and it's cattycrossstitches@gmail.com. She has a Snippety, and this is her kitty, Patty Fiona. And so it's called a Snippety, but it's spelled like Snip Patty, but it's a Snippety. Okay. I have more of her prototype sizes, so it's a little bit different. And these are fabrics that I had her do for me. But she has the coolest thing. I saw her, she had it at the Acorn Gathering back in January. And she was just using it. And I was like, that's so great. And she just puts her snippets, her little ends there. Instead of having an Ort jar or anything, she sticks them there. And then she winds up loose floss. Anyway, I'm obsessed. I love them. I have so many by her, and I love them. So she has, okay, I'll show this one because it's super cute. But it looks like this. And she now sells them, she's going to be selling them, they're 6x8, so it's about like that size. And she has her little Catty Cross Stitches with her Patty Fiona, and there's a magnet in here for scissors or needle. And then she also has another size, a 4x6, which is stinking cute. So she has them, and it's for the 6x8, which again is just a little bit shorter than this. It's $10. And if you buy the set, 4x6 and 6x8, it's $18 for the two. She's also going to be starting bags, and I think she's coordinating them all so that there will be like matching, which I'm obsessed with matchy. I love matchy. But anyway, these are awesome. I use them. I have them with like every project that I have. I'm obsessed. And it's great because I will just have it sitting next to me with my project, and I'll wind up the floss that I'm, when you have it and you don't want to put it back on the card yet, but you just, so just wind it up, and it works fantastic. And also sticking my little ends in it. So love it. And so she is going to be working on an Etsy shop. She doesn't have it yet, but you can email her. So again, $10 for a 6x10. Did I say 6x8? 6x10, she said. And then $18 for a 6x10 and a 4x6. Awesome. So cool. So that's awesome. And then I have to show these two little hauls because they're so cute. They're needle minders, but it's Thumper and Miss Bunny. Because she's so cute. And then look at this. Princess cat. Because who doesn't want a princess cat?
So just so I can show you too, Miss Stephanie brought me a little gift, and she got one for herself because they're so cute, and because we're pixie dust stitchers, and I already liked Tinkerbell to begin with, that she found a little needle minder, and instead of second star to the right, it's second Starbucks, because I also like my coffee drinks.
She does. She loves Tinkerbell and coffee drinks. So Tinkerbell and Starbucks, it screamed Wendy to me. I had to get it for her. But then, like I told her, I had to get one for myself because it was so cute. But she was my goal on that one, for getting that for her. I do have some haul. Okay. So, last time I showed my cute Bent Creek kit with the sheep that are dressed up. I love them so much. So I have the Betty Boo, that you guys saw that I finished. I also have Gertie Gobble. She's a turkey. I don't know if I showed her last week, but anyway, she's a sheep dressed up like a turkey. Because why wouldn't a sheep be dressed up like a turkey? Yeah. And actually, thanks to Bendy, she found a shop that sells the sheep kits, and they have more than, because Bent Creek technically sells their own kits, but they don't even have all the sheep. So like some of the sheep that I want, they don't even have. And so I ended up finding them. Okay. So again, I'm going to show you this one because it's patriotic, which I love, and it's sheep.
There you go.
Betsy. Free Betsy. I don't know if you guys can see these okay. Do you think it's okay through the thing?
Yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah, you can see it pretty well.
I mean, come on.
That reminds me of the sheep that I had seen, that were the dish towels. There's a whole bunch of them, and they look like towels.
Oh, so cute.
That's what this reminds me of.
I know. They're so cute. So I didn't even buy all the ones that I wanted because, come on, it's expensive. But I ended up getting the ones that I really wanted. So this is Spring You. So she's got flowers and a chicken. I mean, she's so cute. Okay. And then this is the Hunt. She's an Easter egg. Because why not? This is a Halloween. I already did the Halloween. This is the Valentine's. This is cute. Smitten. Isn't that so cute? Okay, now these ones are starting to get into thematic, and they're very silly. Okay, I love this one. This is the Stitching Sheep. And it's stitching more like knitting. But come on. She has a tape measure around her neck, and she has a squirrel knitting on her back. I mean... And then this one is just too silly. It's called Happy Trails to You. It's a cowboy sheep with a wiener dog and a squirrel. And the doxy is a sheriff. And look at those spurs and look at the mustache on the sheep. Isn't that too silly?
Yes.
Then there's this one, Santa sheep. It's so cute. It's a sheep as Santa. Love it. Too ridiculous, but I love it. And then this one's really funny. Okay, we had talked about this. This is kind of, I don't really want to say that it's a unicorn, because there's other charts out there that I would probably want maybe more.
Than that.
Yeah, but this is one that I had seen and thought, I'm never going to find it. And actually, kind of one of my new Stitchy Facebook friends was selling it on D-Stash.
Oh.
And she was selling it for like the same price that the thing. And it's Prairie Santa, you guys. I mean, come on. Look at Santa on that cow. It's so cute. There's actually quite a lot of backstitching, and as I looked at it closer, I was like, it's a little dated looking, but that cow is so cute. And it was one that I had seen a long time ago. I think I am actually Chelsea, from Priscilla and Chelsea, Real Housewives. She showed it. I don't know if she had it, but she showed a picture of it. And it's been on my wish list ever since then. And I couldn't believe that she was selling it, that my friend was selling it, and that I actually got it. Yeah. That was so exciting.
So some of the times I think backstitching isn't always necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Santa's pants, so right here it defines the line of his leg. And yeah, that might be necessary. But around the stupid cow and the pitchfork, I don't know if it's necessary.
I don't know if I'm going to stitch the snow. If I do the snow, I might do beads. Because I don't know about you guys, but I hate one stitch here, one stitch here. That is annoying. I don't like standalone stitches. So, I don't know. And then, okay, so some of y'all have seen this. I had to get it on 4th of July. So, Audrey and I debate about who got it first, because technically Audrey paid money for it first. I'm actually the first person that snagged it, but I didn't pay for it. But anyway, our very own Michelle Bendy has Alice's Mad Plant. And then I think she
Technically, I got it first.
Technically,
but I
that's
had
true.
to ring them both up before I was able to pay for mine.
I know, I think Audrey said she mowed you down to get...
She did. She knocked me down on the way to the cash register. And then made me ring her up.
That is determination.
Yeah.
She knocked her down to the ground and then made her check her out.
I actually had a footprint on my forehead.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Audrey.
Thanks, Audrey. Blue Flower has a new one, Alpaca Form. I don't know if you guys seen this. It's so cute. Ridiculous. So cute. So I got that. And then I have, I'm not going to show everything, but I'm going to show these because Patriotic. So one of them I already paid for, one I'm going to pay for today. It was in my bag. But Abby Rose has 2 new Patriotic designs, and I love them. Let Freedom Ring. Again, I'm on this weird patriotic kick. I mean, America. Come on, America. So cute. And then this one is Liberty Lane. Love it. So cute. So anyway, super fun stuff. Love it, love it, love it. That's been awesome. So anyway, everything just went.
Well, it's all in plastic. It just kind of slides down the table. You get to chase it down later.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
That's okay.
So that's what I've got. I think other than that, we have our giveaway
Yeah.
from a couple weeks ago.
So, in
which
case you
was-
never saw it, it was the little beautiful little hummingbirds and flowers. It
Hummingbirds.
was called Summer Beauties.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget to say who the pattern is or what kind of fabric and stuff I'm using. So sorry about that. If you ever want to know, just leave us a message and we'll let you know. So we have our winner, who is Patty Smith.
Yay, Patty! Patty Smith!
So you will be getting that. Please send us your address. You can either email it through our Gmail account or private message.
Through Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Instagram, yeah. So yeah, as soon as I get your address, I'll ship it in the mail. Pretty quick about
Nice.
that. So
And then I think we decided we're going to do a giveaway.
yeah.
And so this is the new one we picked up. It is a full kit. It looks banged up, but it's all there. It's
Yeah. You know how this hard plastic sometimes
Yeah, that
wants to
hard plastic.
start cracking or whatever, and that's really,
so it's kind of banged up. It's
In the corner.
seen better days, the packaging, but it's not even been opened. It's all
brand
there,
new.
and it's just the cutest little kit.
yeah.
So if you want, it's called Blooming Teapot.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, say I'd like to stitch the Blooming Teapot, and we'd love to put you in for the giveaway for
yeah.
that. But don't say giveaway, don't say free, be 18, be a subscriber, like the video.
Yeah. Excellent.
Awesome. I think we got it all.
Yeah, these are done today.
Yep.
So have a good week or a couple weeks, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.